Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. My name is Fizz. How's everyone doing today? Today we're going to look at the Forest Titan. Now, in this video I'm going to showcase how to get to it, how to summon it, what you need to summon it, and kind of the pressure points of killing it. I'm not going to do strategized guides on how to kill it. That's for you guys to figure out. I'm not that kind of person. Personally, I'll figure out throughout my season. So I don't really want to do it for this video, but this is for people that want to know what they need to prepare for it. So anyways, let's get started by what you need to start off with. Alright, so the first thing is, for starters, if you're gonna want to even fight this guy, this is the late game. So hopefully you have a massive army of creatures, hopefully you have some mechs, hopefully you have ammunition, because you're gonna need a lot of this stuff for this fight. So the first thing we need to do though is we need to actually summon him. So the first thing we need to actually get to is the Cave of the Forest. And let me tell you about this cave. This cave has UTs, Carnos, Tech Rexes, Arthroplurus, Theories. It has a lot of other shit in it too. This is a really hard cave. So if you're not really prepared to get to the end, because you need to get to the end and you get to the terminal, you're gonna be screwed. Now before you go, the things that you need to take with you into the cave to summon him are 100 corrupted hearts from corrupted dinosaurs, 10 sauropod vertebrae, and 10 T-Rex arms. But there's also an artifact. The artifact of the growth is actually at the end with him, and it's basically on a pedestal. You can't miss it. It's really green and everything. It's pretty cool. Now, just like all boss arenas, you will be summoned to the boss arena. But the funny thing is, the boss arena is actually in the world. They changed it with this expansion that you actually fight them in the world. So anyone can come help. Your tribe can actually set up for it. And basically you can get very prepared for actually fighting this, which is really, really cool. So the boss arena is actually just right next to the blue orbital that's knocked down. And yeah, it's really cool how he summons and everything with all the corruption stuff. So yeah, let's get started on exactly what his abilities do and what they can do to you. First ability I would be wary of is his foot stomp. This does a lot of AoE damage around his feet. So if you have creatures going up to him to attack, they might get killed. Next ability is called Vine Grip. He basically shoots out vines from the palm of his hand and shoots them into his hand and then throws them down, doing a ton of damage. Next ability is an AoE Smash. Basically anything that's in front of him a certain distance will be smashed to pieces. This can also leave on the ground a bunch of roots that can also snare you and dismount you if you're on a mount, or if you're on the foot, it also just snare you in place. During the fight, when you're fighting him, he'll leave a bunch of trees all around the arena. These are just basically health sink. They just have a lot of health, and they're basically for obstacles for you to get in the way with. They don't do anything else. They're just kind of more of a special effect thing. Now, as you know, if you've been watching, there's been wyverns flying around. These wyverns are yours. You can get on them and use it against them. They have a one thing of use of stamina, and then after that's depleted, it'll just kick you off, and then it'll fly around until you can get back on it again. Now, for taming, this is what you need to do. You see the two purple balls? Well, there's actually three. You need to first destroy both of the two balls on his shoulder, and then there'll be a third one that pops up after you destroy those two underneath his chin. After you complete destroying all three of these, the Titan is yours. And well, you can also just kill him. If you didn't want him to be as a tame, but you wanted his loots as well as the explorer note, you could just do that. He gives a little bit of information about he's the forest and yada yada, and it's pretty cool. To be honest, he's probably one of the coolest ones in my opinion. The ice one's really cool, but I think this guy is my favorite. And yes, you can get a trophy head for him. Yay! You can hang it up on your wall saying that you killed him. Very nice. But if you actually decide to tame him, he basically keeps every single ability and gets a platform saddle. That's really cool. Granted, it's on the back and it's a little bit small, but to be honest, I think it's perfect. With PvP, there's a cockpit where you actually sit for driving him, so you could pretty much snipe him or use a trainer on to snipe him out of there or something. I don't know, whatever PvP people do. Surprisingly enough, he can actually destroy very big trees, as well as rocks and other trees as well. He could probably destroy everything, honestly. Probably walls. He's probably a destructive force. Hell, I'm pretty sure they're all destructive forces. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is it for the video. Hopefully you were informed exactly what you need to do to tame it and all this other stuff. I'm actually curious on exactly how it's going to be possible to tame it, because the more damage you do to it, the least it is, the least better it is. Basically, the more damage it takes if you're trying to tame it, the less stats base it will actually get. So you want it to do the least amount of damage as possible, but also being able to do damage to tame it. And by the way, if you're on official server, it's basically a 5-day tame, as well as if as soon as you transfer it, it ends in like a couple hours or an hour or something on the map you transfer to. So be very aware of what you do with it when you actually tame it and transfer it, because it's not a permanent tame unless you do a server setting to keep it a permanent tame. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, follow. Hopefully I didn't miss any information. I did a lot of testing and a lot of preparation for this video, so hopefully it shows. And I'm curious, what is your guys' strat if you're on your own server or on official server to actually tame it? I'm actually quite curious. And for me, well, I'm gonna pray that my community figures out how to, because it's gonna be really hard. But anyways, that's it. I love you all. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys on the next one.